Hello everyone, today's video in collaboration with The Face Shop will show you how to get smooth Korean style baby skin. We know that K-Beauty loves this type of foundation and I'm going to show you how to do that with some of their brand new products. Now my history with this brand goes way back. As a teenager, I picked up my very first BB cream from one of their very first Canadian locations here in Vancouver, and I've been smitten with K-Beauty ever since. The last 2 years has seen the brand relaunch across the country, continuing to bring Asian beauty and beauty innovation to the Western market. On days your skin is feeling sluggish, it's great to start your routine with a face mask. This new 3-step version has cleansing, soothing, and moisturizing properties. The first step exfoliates with alpha hydroxy acids. For me, I've been getting some small breakouts along my jawline, and as always, the pores along the inner center of my face tend to be quite large. So I'm taking the cotton swab saturated with the exfoliator and going around the center inner zones of my face. The second step of this mask contains a soothing serum which has aloe vera in it. I like to use it by smoothing it from the inner sides of my face towards the outer edges in smooth flowing motions. It's really comfortable and acts as a bit of a massage as well. The third step here is actually a sheet mask. You may have seen these before. They come as a piece of fabric or paper that's saturated with skincare ingredients. In this case, this sheet mask contains loads of plant and fruit extracts, in addition to one of my favorite skincare ingredients, hyaluronic acid. You've heard me talk about this loads on my channel because I really think it's great for bringing hydration to the skin without any extra greasiness. If you find your sheet mask a little cold for use, what I'd like to do is before opening the packet, soak the entire sheet mask package in a bowl of warm to slightly hot water so the liquid inside has a chance to warm up, and then pop it open and use it on your skin. Now you do want to make sure as you're putting this on to smooth out all the air bubbles as much as possible so the mask and also the skincare ingredients can have maximum contact with your skin. Leave it on for 10 to 20 minutes. Taking off our sheet mask, you use the leftover as a neck mask or even smooth it on your arms and legs if there's still excess serum. Now, what I like to do is smooth any remaining serum into my skin. In this case, there's still a little extra, so I'm taking my face towel and just lightly dabbing off a bit of the excess and patting whatever is left after that into my skin until it's fully absorbed. With my skin prepped and ready to go, now we can talk about foundation. Here I have to show you 2 of their new releases, the CC Intense Cover Cushion as well as the CC Ultra Moist Cushion. The first one we're going to try is the CC Intense Cover Cushion, which offers high coverage, brightening, and an SPF of 50+ and PA+++. The foundation is saturated in the sponge so you can take it with you and is easy for touch-ups. All cushion foundations come with an included sponge. This is a little different than your average foundation sponge, which has a different material and is thinner, more like a pad. Use it to slightly tap into your cushion foundation compact and then apply it gently to the skin in light dabbing and pressing motions. This intense cover formula has a slightly thicker and creamier consistency, which actually does offer pretty good coverage. Now, I did find that this product applies lighter on my skin than it actually looks in the compact, but give it a few minutes and it will oxidize slightly darker. The formula again contains hyaluronic acid, which will help plump up and moisturize the skin throughout the day. A concern that many people have about using these cushion foundations is how to keep the sponge hygienic. I recommend you watch my video on how to wash your CC and BB cushion sponges for more details, but essentially you can wash this just like any other sponge you may use. On days when I'm actually washing my sponge and it is wet, I'll go in and use a regular foundation brush to apply the compact product, and it works just as well, although I find it takes longer to blend the product versus using the sponge itself. You'll notice that I'm showing you this video clip in real time because I want you to see how it looks after I apply it to each section of my face. I have about one layer all over my face, and here I am just touching up any problem areas like those couple of spots on my chin. Here is a before and after look at the CC Intense Cover Cushion that I just used. Now, because I have the pre-release version, there weren't so many shades to choose from, and I had apricot beige to work with, which I think is just a smidgen too dark for my skin, but you'll notice that although it applies quite light, it does darken up and oxidize after a couple of minutes. Now let's try on the CC Ultra Moist Cushion, which has moisture coverage, a glowing finish, and SPF 50+, PA+++. Comes in a similar type of compact to the previous one. Now I really enjoy wearing this version on bright sunny days where the weather is a little warmer and you want something nice and fresh on your skin. I find also that this formula feels lighter in texture and applies slightly thinner to the skin. It also does offer slightly less coverage, but it is buildable if you need to. Even with my slightly larger pores, I didn't feel like I needed a primer of any sort when wearing the Ultra Moist cushion. However, when I had on the Intense Cover cushion previously, I could have done with a bit of a primer on the inner zones of my face. I also want to mention that there is no right or wrong way to apply a cushion compact foundation. You can start from the center of your face and work outwards, or start from areas where you need the most coverage and then build from there. Just make sure that when you're using the sponge, not to drag and swipe the product across the skin, but again, use a light patting motion and slightly blend out the edges. Now, because I'm going to be wearing a full face of makeup afterwards, I decided to finish things off with some eyebrows as well as some blush color to my cheeks. For the main blush shade, I went with this very spring-appropriate orangey coral and concentrating the color towards the center, then sweeping the rest along the outer edges of my cheekbones. You'll notice that I'm using a much smaller brush for my blush because I prefer to have a more targeted application of blush. Using a larger brush just means that you're swiping a whole bunch of color all over. Next, I'm going in with the Brightening blush shade, this time in a lavender because I have lighter skin. If you have darker skin, I recommend going with a light peach or light coral for this step. I'm applying it to the upper edges of my cheekbones, in the center of my face, and slightly on my chin. Next, I'm using the warmth of my fingers to make sure everything is blended in perfectly. Here we can see the before and after results of the CC Ultra Moist Cushion. I'm still wearing the shade in Apricot Beige, but I think in this formula, the color matches my skin better. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you like this makeup look, it will be featured on my blog next week. Stop by your local face shop counter to try some of these products yourself, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, take care.